So we need to talk about dyslexia and school exclusions. What happens when you're excluded from school? Low grades, certainly. Alienation, probably. Poor chances of employment, almost certainly. Maybe a slide into criminal activity. There seems to be a lot of evidence to suggest that. Once you've got a slide into criminal activity, you've got a slide into prison. How likely are you to be excluded from school if you're dyslexic? Well, in one report, in America, you are twice as likely to be excluded from school if you have special educational needs. In another report, in the United Kingdom, you are 7 times more likely to be excluded from school if you're dyslexic. 7 times more likely. And then in a very well-respected report elsewhere, 78% of school exclusions involved dyslexia or dyslexia and other problems, intersections and dyslexia. This is huge. So we say, what's the chances of sliding into, for instance, crime or even incarceration if you're if you're excluded from school is going to be high? Well, in one report, 65% of kids in a pupil referral unit, and this is for kids who are essentially excluded from school and sort of on the cusp, if you like, 65% were dyslexic. So we've got to do something about this. One of the reasons is that so few teachers actually have that kind of depth of knowledge of dyslexia. I've given teacher training in dyslexia and special educational needs, and it's a one-off. It's almost like treated as a luxury. It's not treated, inclusive education isn't treated as what education should be. A lot of the time people treat it as, another thing we've got to do, which is the wrong way of looking at it. What we find is that we know that there are extremely disproportionately high numbers of dyslexic kids who are excluded temporarily or permanently from school. And we know the consequences of this: pupil referral units, crime, low employment, prison, and the cycle of prison and crime and low employment. If we want to fix the society that we live in, if we want to deal with the vulnerable people in society. And by the way, there are studies as well that show that, if you're going to fail at school, you're likely to fail at school if you're dyslexic, and you're far more likely to fail at school if you're dyslexic and from a socioeconomically deprived background. So if we want to fix this, we have to do the teacher training. We have to do the screening at the early stages of school, and we have to do teacher training at the core, at the very heart of teacher training. One of the first things we need to do. We're not doing it. We need to change the way we educate the educators to be able to change the way we educate the educated.